The NFL into the Fanfare newsfeed.
Yes, Tua is returning. That's the breaking news. Turn up my volume so I can hear a little bit. Check. Okay. So, hey everybody, I don't normally make videos at 10:45 on a Saturday morning, but this one had to be made. This one had to be talked about. Breaking news. Have I said that enough? This is just going to be huge news for Dolphins fans. I think you guys all know it's coming. I'm going to play it again just for
breaking news from the NFL into the Fanfare newsfeed.
Tua has been cleared from the concussion protocol. Tua will be eligible to play. He could play tomorrow, but they're not going to play. He hasn't taken a snap. In case people wonder, so if he's cleared, why doesn't he play tomorrow? Today's Saturday morning. They're already in pregame mode. You're not going to insert somebody who has had no reps all week long during practice. Even though he's QB1, you're not going to just stick him in there without having any practice all week long. So we're going to have to get through the game against the Vikings before we move forward. But it's unbelievably good news for the Miami Dolphins. Tua is coming back. He'll be in full practice next week. He'll be on the sidelines tomorrow. People are going to be going nuts. Skyler's going to have some backup on the sidelines. And the Miami Dolphins will be with Tua Tagovailoa next Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Adam Schefter broke the news this morning. Let's look at what he said. And Adam said, Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa was cleared from concussion protocol today per sources. He will be inactive against the Vikings, as we said, but he's expected to return for Week 7 against the Steelers. Here is the statement. Since suffering a concussion in Week 4, Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins, and his team of independent doctors, really important for all the naysayers out there, his team of independent doctors, followed a thorough process that far exceeded the NFL concussion protocol per sources. I think that's really important because a lot of people say that the Dolphins are gaming it, the Dolphins are trying to do something underhanded, and that's not true whatsoever. The Dolphins put it totally into his hands as well. Get independent opinions, bring as many people in, make sure you're okay. He received four outside opinions in addition to the team doctors who unanimously cleared him. Not one, not two, all of the doctors, the independent ones, the team ones, they unanimously cleared him. Naysayers can go stick it. They cleared him from protocol and all agreed. I love the superlatives here. Unanimously, all agreed that his scan showed no signs of long-term impact to the brain, which is great news regardless of if he's playing football or not. No long-term effects. This is a best-case scenario for the quarterback who was off to an impressive start to the 2020. That's an understatement. Good news to the team that was off to an impressive start. And expected to return to action next week. Couldn't ask for more. That is fantastic news on a Saturday. And of course, you're going to have the naysayers, and there's some YouTubers out there, and there's that concussion expert running around already. He's already posted something negative about Tua. I'm not even going to show it because this guy is an ambulance chasing grifter who's only hoping to get donations off this, and it's not worth my time or your time to spend any time giving this guy any sort of platform to spew his crap. Let's see who else had something to say. Adam Schefter expanded on that. And he says, Dolphins host the Steelers next Sunday night, so Tua Tagovailoa is now expected to return on prime time. Now, that's going to be huge. All eyes and spotters are going to be looking at Tua next week. Mike McDaniel, you got to get through the Vikings tomorrow, obviously. You don't even want to think about the Steelers yet. But Sunday night, you have got to game plan your ass off. And you better do something about that offensive line. You better keep people in to block. I'm not saying to baby Tua. I'm saying, number one, the Steelers, if they get a chance, they're going to take a shot. Every team you play moving forward thinks you have a soft quarterback. Every single team thinks, hey, if we take a shot, what's the worst that's going to happen to us? We're going to get a penalty, but we may get QB1 out the game. Remember, TJ Watt, I think he's coming back tomorrow, next Sunday, and he's a formidable opponent on the defensive line. Don't think if he doesn't get a shot, I'm not saying he's trying to hurt Tua, but he's going to hit him if he gets a chance. So Austin Jackson, Teron Armstead, Liam Eichenberg, Hunt, Little, get your asses together. Do whatever you need to do to come together as an offensive line unit and protect the quarterback. No excuses. You know what's going to happen. As a former offensive line, I know when you're standing up against somebody who's smelling blood. Don't think for an instant that these guys won't be smelling blood and coming after Tua with everything they got. I'm not at all saying that there's a bounty. I'm not at all saying that these guys are looking to injure Tua. But as a competitive advantage, if I can get the QB out of the game, and I know or I feel as though he may be a little, suspect, because I'm telling you right now, if everything that's been said in the media and what you're going to hear next week, they're going to say it. They're going to say it over and over again. If Tua can get 3 concussions, it's going to hurt him for life. And, if Tua gets knocked out of the game, they're going to stress it. It's going to be in their mind all week long. So right now, not right now, tomorrow night, after the game, after you beat the Vikings, y'all need to huddle. And y'all need to get into a room, man to man, and go, this is where you make your friggin' stand. You protect Tua Tagovailoa like he's the friggin' president. You protect him as though he's your son or daughter in the backfield. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to see any lineman make a missed block and cause him to get hit again. It is inexcusable. So let's look at a couple other things. So on the Bleacher Report, they nailed it real quick, where they said here, Tua Tagovailoa has been cleared from concussion protocols. He expected to make his return versus the Steelers for Week 7. Don't think for an instant that ESPN isn't going to blow this game up and make it all about wokeness and about how Brian Flores was wronged and he was fired because the Dolphins are racist. They're going to do every insidious thing they possibly can to make the Miami Dolphins seem like a racist, anti-black organization, and they need to be defeated. I'm telling you, it's coming. Just be ready for it. Big E, you guys know who Big E is. He's one of the big Miami Dolphins fans. He hit it on the head here. Hard Rock Stadium is going to be crazy next Sunday. Absolutely true. It's going to be nuts. You got Tua Tagovailoa's return. You've got the 50-year anniversary of the undefeated season. Going to have Brian Flores back in attendance. The throwback uniforms, and a nationally televised audience that are going to be glued to the TV to see what happens. I can't stress enough, and I know Mike McDaniel is sitting around going, wait a minute, I can't think about it. Don't tell me about it. Don't want to think about it. I got to get through the Vikings. I can get through the Vikings. And as soon as the whistle blows on the game tomorrow, he's going to go, oh shit. Every single sports eyeball, I bet it's one of the most highly watched games during the NFL season will be next Sunday. And I guarantee you'll see stuff on BET and some of these other channels where they're just going to amplify the racism. It's going to be a nasty week of media for Tua Tagovailoa's return. The good part about this is that the morale of the team should spill over into tomorrow's game. They should be pumped. They should be on cloud 9. QB1 will be under center next week. There's nothing more adrenaline pulling than knowing that Tua Tagovailoa is going to be back under center. It's going to be amazing, and hopefully it's enough of a to incentivize these guys to play their ass off tomorrow. Just imagine if they win against the Vikings and they go to 4-2, the next couple of weeks could see the Dolphins go on a roll. So tomorrow you gotta break through, and I gotta believe people are gonna say, "Well, what about Teddy?" I gotta believe we're gonna hear later in the day that Teddy is cleared to play as well. There's a reason why he's already been named QB2. They already know it's coming. He's gonna get cleared, if not today, later this afternoon, maybe tomorrow morning. But they already know Teddy's gonna be cleared. So I think you're gonna see Skyler do well from the reasons I mentioned in my video yesterday. And then also, you're going to see Teddy get cleared. And as you know, Tua has already been cleared to play. He just inactive, but he is cleared to play. And he will be on the sidelines. He will be coaching up Skyler. I'm looking for a huge game tomorrow. I bet you the crowd goes nuts when they see Tua walk out or run out with the team. And then we just got a week of it's going to be massive media. Keep your heads about you. We all know the Dolphins organization is not racist. Thank God this kid pulled through. And now we're looking at a really, really good run if we can get past the Vikings tomorrow. I don't want to see us go 3-3. If we can go 4-2, I really like that. That could make us run maybe 8-2. We could reel off, 5 wins in a row before we have a tough opponent. This is the best news that the Miami Dolphins could have hoped for today. So I don't want to take up your Saturday or anything. Just wanted to bring that to you guys as soon as possible. We got any comments here? I know it's early in the morning. Hey, Grandizer, what's going on, man? Let's see what we got here. All right, so let's go to the camera. Grandizer says, has anyone, let's go Dolphins, let's get pumped. Absolutely. I want to see these Dolphins pumped up. I want to see fans pumped up. Don't even tune into the negativity. If you see some of these YouTubers talking about Skyler should be QB1, and even if he has a 300-yard game tomorrow, don't buy into the BS. All right? Tua is number 1. He is QB1. The brother is back, okay? Brother is going to perform for us moving forward. I don't want to hear this crap from some of these guys who are out there just saying some of the stupidest shit you imagine. Let's see here. What do you say here? Jay Wiles, they need to continue to build the online. Yeah, I don't know how you're going to build it at this late date, but the guys need to perform. Absolutely. When is it starting? I don't know if you're talking about tomorrow's a 1 o'clock game. Next Sunday against the Steelers is a night game, so I believe that's 7:30 or 8 o'clock. It's going to be prime time, so it's going to be on the NFC Sunday Night Football game. Let's see what we got here. Defense plays better. Yeah, you're absolutely. Let me make sure I got this one right here. Defense plays better too, knowing this. Defensive plays better too. He's truly the hard team. Got to help keep him safe. Absolutely, we got to keep him safe. These guys got to play the game of their life next week. I am serious because if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm throwing the kitchen sink at Tua. I'm throwing blitz packages. I'm throwing all kinds of corner and maybe even safety blitzes at him. I want to test him. And if they do that, he's got to be in a position to burn their asses for even trying that. Anthony Jenkins says, I don't care how much they spend in the offseason, Tua needs more protection from the offensive line. Absolutely. Go find some guys. Go find some free agents and build an offensive line. Let's see. Let me see. Anybody else on here? Jason says it's a whole different team when he's quarterback. Absolutely. I mean, you played you went through the OTAs, you went through mini camps, you went through preseason, building up something. Tyreek came over. Everybody was basically focused on what this team could be like with QB1. And all of a sudden you get the rug pulled out from underneath you, and then you get 2 losses in a row, and it's demoralizing. But now he's back. Let's see. Let me go here. Grandizer, I think he was talking to Barry Jackson. I have to be honest, but when he used that line, I'm like, I gotta snag that. That's perfect. Gotta have it. So it's Saturday morning. I don't want to, basically just stay on here talking and everything. I mean, we got the live show tomorrow. We're going to be on for 3+ hours. Completely different mood now going into the Vikings game. I just wanted to get this breaking news out to you guys. Hopefully it makes your day as much as making my day. I can't wait. Also, I'm going to be announcing the contest And unbelievably, the tickets are for the Steelers game. The tickets we're giving away for the first game are for the Steelers game. So somebody's going to have an unbelievable time. So talk to you guys soon. You'll see that video about the contest, probably 4-ish or so. But spread the word.